Digital zoom. What is it, and why does it ruin so many pictures? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you what digital zoom is. What's the difference between digital zoom and optical zoom? What is the difference between using it and not using it? And what does it do to your pictures? But before I get started, who am I? My name is Mike Patterson, and I have been a professional full-time photographer for over 41 years, shooting tens of thousands of assignments here in Western Canada. Not only that, but I currently own and operate a photo lab, printing for beginners to professionals. I also teach and mentor about photography, helping people get better pictures, and I love taking pictures myself. But there's so much in photography that just, well, we're not told, we're not up to date on, and we get bad pictures because we don't know what we're doing or manufacturers aren't clearly telling us. And in these videos, I like to help you get better pictures. So let's get into zoom. Let's get into digital zoom. What is it? Well, before we get into digital zoom, let's talk about what optical zoom is. Now, optical zoom is when we zoom a lens in or out, the lens moves and it enlarges the picture optically. It enlarges the picture by the lens moving in and out and causing the subject to get bigger that is projected onto the sensor. That's what optical zoom is. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Takes your subject, it either enlarges it or even goes wider if it's a wide angle, and what is then coming through the lens is projected onto the sensor. With digital zoom, what's happening in digital zoom is the lens has zoomed as far as it possibly can zoom. It can't go any more, but the manufacturers say, hey, look, we can throw in a 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 times digital zoom, and we can have that lens look like it's amazing. We can bring subjects really close, and people will be really happy with it. But then they forget to tell you, or they neglect to tell you, that what they're actually doing is they're taking the subject that is projected onto the sensor, and then they're just throwing away information around the outside of the subject to make it appear bigger. And it does work. The problem was in early days of digital photography, when digital zoom was starting to come out and, well, be promoted, our sensors were so small that when you get a 5 megapixel or a 3 megapixel or a 1 megapixel, and then you toss in a 10 times or 20 time digital zoom, it's tossing away a ton of information. So the final file is extremely small. So they've blown up the pixels to make the pixels look better to fix the file size, and it was just horrible. It was just a nightmare. The other big issue was that many people didn't know when they were using digital zoom, because the cameras, they may tell you up in the corner saying digital zoom or something up in the corner, but people didn't know what it was. And the other problem was when you're using any camera with a zoom, whether it be an optical zoom or a digital zoom, camera movement is increased dramatically. If it's wide angle and I'm shaking just a little bit, I can still get a good picture from it because it's wide angle. But in digital zoom or any zoom, when you've zoomed in so much, a tiny, tiny bit of movement is like 3 feet in the picture. And people were using digital zoom and getting horrible pictures. Why is it so blurry? This is horrible. And people were giving up on photography thinking that they couldn't get a good picture. They were going to their smartphones and getting pictures, not as zoomed in. But they thought, well, it's obviously the camera, it's obviously me. Well, it was the digital zoom. So why do manufacturers use digital zoom? Well, it comes down to this. It's a benefit. It's an add-on. It's a sales tool. Well, gee, look, you can zoom in really close. They don't have to put in any more glass. They don't have to put a better lens in. They don't have to tell you to go and buy a zoom lens. You can just do this digitally. And doing it digitally is pretty simple because all they have to do is write a little bit of software, do some firmware, and wow, look at this. It's a digital zoom. And this ruined so many pictures. So when digital zoom first came out, one of the biggest things I told my customers was, shut it off. Don't use it. It's not a good thing. Not that you couldn't turn it on in the future. Not that you couldn't use it, but If you were using it and not knowing you were using it, it was ruining so many pictures. And like I say, in the early days with low megapixel cameras, it was horrible. Well, digital zoom has come out even more. We're now getting it into mirrorless cameras. This is a Fujifilm X-T50. It has 2 digital zoom settings, 1.4 and a 2 times and off. A setting with Canon cameras, some of their cameras, if you put on certain lenses, automatically go into a crop sensor mode. So it's a 1.6 zoom crop sensor. And it's changing the way our pictures work. It's changing the way our pictures look. And we have to understand this. So, should you use digital zoom today? Well, if you go and buy a camera that's 20 megapixels or 40 megapixels, you can use digital zoom. But please understand, soon as you switch that digital zoom on, if you're shooting with, let's say, a 100 millimeter lens, and you're using a 10 times digital zoom, so now you all of a sudden have a 1,000 millimeter lens on your camera. If you're using that and you're not holding your camera perfectly still, you're going to have some really blurry pictures. So please understand that. Know when you're using digital zoom and make sure that you're using a shutter speed fast enough or holding your camera still enough, whether in your hand, on a tripod, a monopod, a fence post, whatever it is, so that your digital zoom is working properly and not blurring your pictures even more. If you want to use digital zoom, I always tell people this. Take some pictures without the digital zoom on. Then turn the digital zoom on and take some more pictures. Now, in certain situations, I know this doesn't work perfectly, but in doing so, you can always use the picture that's not zoomed in as much, and it may look clear. Or you may be able to do some post-production. So put it in Photoshop and crop in from there. Instead of cropping in 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, 60 times, 1,000 times, whatever that times is that your digital zoom would be, maybe if you cropped in half of that, the picture would look even better. Sure, you may not be as close. It may not be as blown up in the image itself, but maybe the pictures will look clear. Maybe the picture will look sharper. So try that. The other thing, if you're using digital zoom, is make sure that you get your camera set on the highest image quality setting that you have. Doesn't necessarily have to be RAW, but if you want to use RAW, go for it. But if you're using JPEG, make sure it's the JPEG, the largest. If you're using RAW, make sure it's RAW in the largest setting. Because we don't want to be setting our cameras to the lowest quality setting and then using this digital zoom to bring the subject in closer and cropping away even more of our image. So beware of that as well. Now, what do I think of digital zoom? My honest opinion today, which is, February of 2026, what do I honestly think of digital zoom on some of the newer cameras? I think it's a cool tool to have, but I would still recommend to you to shut it off and only use it when, first of all, you need it. Second of all, you know you're using it. And third of all, that you can hold your camera still. One thing that I found with the Fuji, now this may not be, it may be indicated somewhere, but I've not seen a setting that tells me when the digital zoom is actually engaged and when it isn't engaged unless I go into that menu. And for that, I don't like that, because this is a 45 millimeter lens. If I turn on 2-time digital zoom, that's only 90 millimeters. That's not a lot. But if I was shooting at, let's say, 20th of a second or 30th of a second at the 45 millimeter mark, which isn't a crazy slow shutter speed to be shooting it at, if I have a sudden turn it up to 90 millimeters and I'm still shooting at that 20 or 30, that's a huge difference in shutter speed. If I was at 90 millimeters, I would like to be shooting at 1/100th of a second, 1/125th of a second. I'd like to be shooting at something higher. So make sure that you know what you're shooting at. Make sure that you're using your camera correctly. Make sure that if you're shooting it on an auto mode, that if you notice that the shutter speed is really slow, turn that shutter speed up. In fact, when I'm using my digital zoom, I actually go in and I set my shutter speed so I know I'm getting a fast enough shutter speed on this camera so that it can, well, give me a sharper picture. But the biggest thing that I tell people is this: If you're not sure, if you're concerned, shoot without the digital zoom on and then do the work in post-processing. It will make it a lot better. It will allow you to crop in a little bit, see how it is, crop in a bit more, see how it is, and work from there. So digital zoom is not the worst thing in the world, but it's pretty close. No, I'm just joking. It's just something we have to watch. It's something we have to monitor. It's something that we have to keep our eye out on so that we're using it properly and we're getting the pictures that we actually want and to the quality we expect. So until next time, have a great day. Take some amazing pictures. Enjoy taking it. And let me know in the comments below if you use digital zoom and what you think of it. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.